It was indeed a narrow escape for Kizito. He would have gotten the beating of his life. But hey, Jeff had to be very careful and act smart. I know that he's very angry and he wants to do everything possible to protect the family. But he has to be very smart because Kizito is a corny person. The only way you'll be able to win Kizito is when you act corny just the way he does it. If not, Kizito is going to ride on you. He's going to deal with you. Kizito is a very bad man. In other words, Kizito's friend deserves what happened to him. I mean, you cannot wish somebody bad and expect good things to be happening to you. You wish that Kizito will beat up Angel and break up her legs. That is the exact same thing that is happening to you and you deserve it. But right now, I think that Flora is in trouble. For Kizito to be able to locate Flora's house, Flora is now in danger. Kizito can send people to her house to do something bad to her. She also has to protect herself and be smart. She has to be very vigilant. But then, let's take it one after the other. After what happened in the last episode, that Angel was trying to defend herself when Kizito threatened to beat her up because she slapped the mother. On this episode, it turns out that Jeff was the one responsible for the beating of Kizito's friend. He was the one that sent his boys to actually stop Kizito's car, thinking that Kizito was the one in that car. I know that Jeff wants to take revenge, but he has to be very careful. But then, while they were reporting the case back to Jeff, Jeff was telling his friends that you meet the wrong person. But the problem they had was that Jeff did not show them the face of the person they were going after. Rather, he only gave them the car address, I think the car plate number. That was why they eventually took Kizito's friend and mistook him for Kizito. Kizito would have received the beating of his life. And we would have been happy that at least Kizito is also paying back for all his bad deeds. But it's so unfortunate that the friend has to take the fall even though he deserves it. Kizito received a call that the friend is in the hospital. But he was surprised. He sent his friend to get them the usual so that they can celebrate for the good advice that the friend gave to him according to him. But then, receiving a call that the friend is in the hospital, he was very surprised and he already left the house. Even though the mother came back to ask him, where are you going? What happened? He explained to the mother that the friend is in the hospital. He needs to go there right now. But then, in a quest of finding evidence to actually nail Kizito for good, George went to visit Flora, Kizito's ex-wife. And when he got there, Flora was so surprised. What are you doing in my house? What are you doing in my house? And how did you get my address? But then Jeff has to tell Flora that he is very desperate. Right now, he needs a lot of evidence because he discovered that Flora was Kizito's ex-wife. He had to come to meet her. And then Flora was like, what do you mean? What are you trying to do? Jeff explained to Flora that he is Angel's ex. And he came to discover that Flora is Kizito's ex. So these both exes are here to fight for one person, which is Angel. They want to nail Kizito and make sure that Angel is free from this. The same thing that Angel was trying to do is the same thing that Flora is doing. Trying to always hide the truth from people. You don't want to always open up until when it becomes too bad. That you can no longer handle it and people will be blaming you for not opening up. Tell people what you are going through so that they can render help in any way they can. Flora was like, yes, I was Kizito's ex-wife, but I got into a wrong marriage, a toxic relationship, and I came out of it. What do you want from me? But at the end of the day, she had to open up because she knows that this guy has a good interest as far as Angel is concerned. And she too has Angel, in her heart to make sure that Angel gets justice. She had to open up that Kizito was the one who threw her son from the balcony. How wicked Kizito could be. How can you throw your own child all the way from the balcony because you see your child as a rival? Kizito is really a madman. He needs treatment. He's not even supposed to get married. But then, what can Flora do? Even when George was trying to ask Flora, why didn't you do something about it? Why didn't you go to the police? But then, Flora was nothing. She could not fight. Even when she tried to report the matter to the police, the mother took over and sent Kizito abroad. He went to the police, bribed the police with money, and then rendered Flora's case useless. And that was why Flora could not get justice for what Kizito has done to her child. I mean, that is exactly what happened to the poor people out there. Once something bad happened to you and you run for you to get justice, you are always denied justice because you don't have anything. The richer people will go ahead and buy themselves justice and they render you useless. But there is one thing that Flora did that I am very proud of. She had to develop herself, get all the things that she needs. And right now, she can spit on Kizito's face and Kizito will do nothing because she has the power now. She has the connection. She has everything. She is now a human rights activist standing for Angel right now. George is so proud of Flora right now because he has also noticed that Flora is in the game and she's ready to do everything to make sure that Angel gets justice. When Kizito got to the hospital, he was surprised. Who did this to you? Who did this to you, my friend? I am very certain that Bola actually received a lot of beating from his Jeff boys, and that is what he deserves. You don't wish people bad and expect that good things will happen to you. It doesn't work that way. But it seems as though Kizito already know who actually ordered his boys to beat up this guy. From the look of things, Bola told Kizito that they actually mistook him for Kizito. Kizito was the main target. Yes, Jeff was actually targeting Kizito, but he escaped it now. It doesn't mean that he's going to escape the next time. Kizito told Bola that he knows who was trying to beat him up. He knows who the person is. And you can imagine that Kizito went to Jeff's house to actually fight Jeff for trying to beat him up. But you know Jeff is always ready for anything that involves violence. He's always ready for it. Kizito went to Jeff and started beating Jeff. And Jeff told Kizito, you are here, I'm going to deal with you. He started beating up Kizito in the house. Kizito thinks that because he has money, power, fame and everything, he can ride on everybody just like that. They will fight you. Jeff is ready to fight for her family. Even if you have money to throw him behind bars, he doesn't even care. The mother came back and was shouting, leave my son alone. Leave my son alone. Leave my son alone. But then look at poor Oma. Oma immediately saw the scenario, saw what was going on, the fight, and remember everything that happened to her. This is the trauma that Oma had to battle for the rest of her life. I feel so sorry for Oma right now. She started shouting. They ran into the room and Oma immediately took a knife to defend herself. She was even feeling that Jeff and the mother were, the people that actually raped her. I feel so sorry for Oma. She does not even recognize anybody except Angel. I feel so sorry. Why did Kizito have to do this to Oma? Is it because Oma wanted to fight for her family? This is the exact same thing that happened to people that are going to fight for the right of other people. They don't go scot-free. They had to go through a lot of problems in their life and they were trying to calm Oma down. They took Oma to the hospital again. And Mama told Jeff to his face that if anything there happens to Oma right now, she's going to make sure that Kizito goes down. I like the force that Mama is coming out with right now. She is no longer that weak woman that wants her child to remain in marriage at all costs. She is ready to stand up for her kids. And she's going to do that with all might. George was about to leave, Flora's house. Flora also had an agreement with George, finally, that they were going to do something about it. A lot of evidence are going to be released. I think they have gotten a lot of evidence to actually nail Kizito. But it turns out that George forgot his wallet in Flora's house. And he has to turn back to, pick up that wallet. If not for this wallet, I wonder what is going to happen to Flora. Because it turns out that Kizito went to visit Flora. Kizito entering Flora's house is a big trouble for Flora. I wonder how she's going to protect herself. She has to get some people to, protect her in this house. I mean, how did Kizito get the address to Flora's house? Kizito must be very, very smart. He has his ways around. He has a lot of people that are giving him information about everything that is going on. But I just hope that Kizito does not go as far as hurting Flora again. But then Flora knows Kizito very well. As his former husband, he knows everything that has to do with Kizito and his move. She's not going to allow Kizito to do that same evil to her again and go scot-free. I trust Flora. But then, thank God that George forgot his wallet. He's going to be the one that will actually, vindicate Flora from this evil that Kizito is about to do to her. But we'll get to find out about it on the next episode. Please like the video if you are not like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll bring the next episode as soon as it drops. For now, take care.